I'm Morgan Freeman. I have the voice of God. Now, Sonny, the future of land transport is with electric vehicles and Hyperloop for two reasons: the efficiency of the motor and air resistance.
What does physics say we could do?
The law of conservation of energy. It doesn't appear or disappear. It's just converted to basically kinetic energy or heat. Early engines were around 1% efficient, but by 1908 the Model T Ford was achieving as much as 21 miles per gallon or 13 litres per 100k. Unfortunately, cars got heavier each year and therefore less efficient. Until the 1973 oil crisis. From then on, the efficiency started improving, not so much because of weight, but because of the computer. These computers made the combustion engine 35% efficient despite the heat loss. But efficiency would increase to 85% thanks to the electric motor. Against the fastest European rivals, the all-electric Tesla Model 3P is devastatingly fast, has a range of over 500 kilometers and has an 80 kilowatt-hour battery. That's the equivalent of 8 litres of petrol. A Vespa has an 8 litre tank. The use of the electric motor was made possible due to a new generation of extremely powerful onboard computers. In the case of the Model 3P, 2 chips for redundancy with 72 teraflops and capable of 36 trillion operations per second. The chips also made reusable rockets possible, as well as high-speed rail that's magnetically suspended above tracks, which leads us to the next challenge of physics: air resistance. Air resistance increases exponentially, so by the time a train accelerates from 100 miles an hour or 160 kilometers an hour to 300 miles an hour, it experiences 27 times the air resistance. At that speed, the train is extremely inefficient, pushing around 1,000 hectopascals of air resistance. The Hyperloop basically places that train in an extremely low pressure tube with around 1 hectopascal. That's the equivalent of the air pressure in the mesosphere. To run a huge train in a vacuum tube requires a huge amount of reinforcement, so the Hyperloop designs opt for pods that accommodate around 20 passengers. These pods can travel extremely close to one another as the track controls the speed, so mass transit isn't compromised. The biggest advantages is that operating in a low air pressure environment is efficient, cheaper, and potentially much, much faster.
Physics is the law and everything else is a recommendation.